How you doing? God. This is like the fourth take. I'm just going with it. The hell with it. I'm going. I had a fruit fly in my other video. I stopped it. I had a terrible intro in the last one. I'm just rolling with this. So you're getting an outtake here. Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Toll Reads. Hope you're having a great weekend. This is my weekly wrap up from this week. Yes, it's a day early again. You know, he was like, gosh, just put them on Sundays. Every week's going to be busy for you. And it's going to be, I get stitches out tomorrow, so I'm hoping that goes well. And so I'm doing this. I want to make sure I get this out. So let's talk about this week's reading. I had 3 books slated for this week. Lawrence Block, Harry Potter, and the short story collection, The Hard Case Crime book. Obviously, you've probably saw the book review, A Drop of the Hard Stuff, book number 17, Matthew Scudder series. Gave it a 3.9. Enjoyed it. It was good. I have 2 more I have a short story collection and a novella left. We'll talk about those in a minute. If you haven't seen Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, book number 4 in the Harry Potter series, my first 5-star review on the channel. Super, super excited. Flew through this thing. So good. Again, Death Comes Too Late by Charles Ardai. This is a collection of 20 short stories in the Hard Case Crime. I got this book a couple months ago and it was released. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it, really enjoying it. Like most short story collections, you have some good, some great. And so I definitely am looking forward to the review on that. Those are definitely not your traditional kind of reviews, but I'm looking forward to it. I should knock out quite a bit of it. I'm thinking by tomorrow evening, I might have a book review up on that one. I also started Judgment Prey, which is book number 33, I think, in the Lucas Davenport series. So I started that as well. And so that's also about, I think I don't have a physical copy, so it's on Audible. I started a couple days ago, been listening to it as I do things, and I walked in the trails today and I was listening to it. So I have about like 2.5 hours left. I probably am going to dedicate a good hour of that tonight too. So probably by Tuesday, I should have a couple of book reviews up for sure, if not tomorrow. So what's, in terms of videos this last week, so I had two book reviews this past week. I had another video in the Why You Should Read series. I did that on Lawrence Block. I did a tagged video, Which Books Must Go, tagged a bunch of different people in the community on this. It was kind of one of those things like, if you haven't seen it, it's your house is on fire. You get you got a mad dash. You grab some books off the shelf. What are you taking with you? What's your what's your favorites you're taking off the shelf if your house is on fire type thing. I also did kind of another video, a spoof kind of thing where I think it was Why Did I Wait on These Books? I had some Office characters in there and I was concerned about how my ear looked. And so I did another video on that. I tagged some people in it. And then I got tagged from Jess at Jess Book Girl TV, who also was tagged from Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl. And they tagged me in the Don't You Forget About Me kind of video where we had some just specific questions that we wanted to answer related to books you've forgotten about, you don't remember, books that you'll never forget type thing, and some other interesting topics. And so I tagged a couple people that are subscribers and have channels in that as well. In terms of subscribers and comments, I mean, it's been crazy this week. First and foremost, I eclipsed 200 subscribers. My 200 subscriber, I want to give a special shout out to that person. That is What NW Did is her handle. I believe it's a her. It could be a him. My apologies, but that is the person that was my 200th subscriber. But I had a ton of other people subscribe. Obviously, I think I'm over 220 now. There's been a lot of activity, a lot of comments, and so it's all been great. Nerdishly Active, Faceless Book Reviews, Music Room, 7185, Jess Book Girl TV, Hide and Read. Obviously, I mentioned What NW Did, The Carlton 777, James at Little Big Library, Reading Ideas, 1984 Terminator, Dustin Neely, Jim Gorman, 3600, Odd Oddie, Online, Professor X, Elder Talk, Reefer, catchy, Toodleskay, CG Rated Books, John Stallings, Trav's Bookshelf, Thomas Oliveria 4465. Sorry if I butchered that. Jonathan Knight, Lizzie D, and Bing Lamb 2176. Some usual suspects, some new subscribers. Thank you very much. You definitely, again, if you've got settings, I'm not going to see everyone that subscribes. So drop me a comment if you have or a new subscriber. Really appreciate it. It's been great. I definitely am trying to, my best to keep track of everyone, especially if you comment or subscribe. So awesome stuff. What am I reading this week? As I talked about, I'm going to try to finish this along with Judgment Prey in the Lucas Davenport series. Those are my first priorities. I also have the last two entries in the Matthew Scudder series, A Time to Scatter Stones, the novella, and The Night in the Music, which is kind of a short story collection, short story entries. And these are the last two from Lawrence Block in the Matthew Scudder series. And that, long-term goal and stuff here, will be done. And so, little melancholy, but it's going to be nice to knock that off kind of the list, so to speak. I also saw, if you haven't checked out, Hayden Reed's been putting a lot of videos up lately, but he had a book haul, or I think it was a book haul, and he talked about this Query, which by Max Allan Collins. It's in the Hard Case Crime. There's a whole series of these books. There are I think 15 to 20 books in the series. I have 5 or 6 of them. And I, mentioned reading this with him. So this week we're going to read this. He's concerned about how he's a much slower reader than I am. But as you can tell, I've got 5 books on the weekly reading wrap here. 3 that I haven't even started. So I've got plenty to keep me occupied. And then I will probably end the week with this one and talk to Hayden Reed about this book. So that's interesting. I haven't done a read along with someone before. So that looks interesting. I still have 6 books up here on my TBR still. I have 2 Lily Moores. I have the William W. Johnstone book. All 3 of those came from Hayden Reed as book mail. I have another Cotton Malone book. I have the Haruki Murakami book, After Dark, and I have This Is How to Lose the Time War. And I kind of started on that one a little bit, but put it aside because there's just so much going on with this. I don't know how you all feel, but there's a lot of reading going on here, and the TBR is growing. I also have a surprise book on the list for this week. So yeah, that actually makes 6. So yikes. Was out this weekend with my daughters. We visited some bookstores. There's going to be a book haul. I'm not going to announce a surprise book I'm going to put on this week's reading. I'll talk about that in my book haul video, which I'm going to do as well this week. So in terms of videos this week, there's going to be at least 4, probably more book reviews. There's going to be another video in the deep dive character study. I will announce that character this week. And there's going to be a book haul. So it's going to be another busy week. And it's going to be fun. And everyone's going to be commenting. It's going to be great. The channel's going to continue to be engaged. And I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you are too. That is my weekly wrap up. If any of the books I'm going to be reading you have read, specifically if you read this, let me know. I'm interested in that for sure. So hope you're having a great rest of your weekend. I hope you spend the rest of your time off getting some good reading done, and I will talk to you all this week. Have a good one. Bye.